everybody? Welcome back to another video. So, a decent series to start the season. Okay, taking 2 out of 3 from San Francisco is a good feeling, even though they should have walked away with a sweep. We'll dive into the numbers and talk about it a little bit further. The Phillies are coming into town with a series starting tonight at 7:05, so we will talk about that as well. So let's first recap the Giants series by the numbers and see what they got. So Yankees, of course, as we talked about, took opening day by a score of 5-0. Garrett Cole showing his ace stuff. Judge going deep, feel good win. Bullpen shuts it down. There's a shutout there. Game 2 on Saturday afternoon, a late evening start, 4 o'clock start. They lose the game 7-5. Clark Schmidt runs out of gas going into the 4th inning. He threw 3+ innings. And he kind of talked about how they made adjustments. San Francisco made adjustments to him the second time through the lineup, and he didn't readjust to them, and he kind of lost it there a little bit. Show some good stuff with that cutter, 2 lefties. San Francisco made him bring the ball down. He was pitching up in the zone. They made him bring it down. That's where he got burned. And the bullpen didn't do much either. Albert Abreu looked the best out of that bullpen on Saturday. Everybody else was kind of shaky. Clay Holmes didn't get out of his inning. And if he had a clean inning, maybe we're talking about a Yankee sweep. Offensively, they didn't have any situational hitting on Saturday. It's not, a good thing when you don't have situational hitting, especially when you have second and third and nobody out. And, you could kind of take the momentum back and you don't get the job done, especially when you have the bases loaded with 1 out. You have to hit the ball in the air there. Stanton admitted to it. That it is what it is. It happens. And in the third game, you got a young kid making his debut in Johnny Brito, and he shined. He gave them 5 clean, solid innings. He looked good. He's got to develop his secondary pitches a little bit. He loves to work off his changeup. We got to get that breaking ball comfortable where he could throw it in any count and kind of not get too predictable. They did send him down to AAA, but the way that the schedule is, they only need a 4-man rotation. So, instead of having him sit on the major league club and taking up a roster spot, you bring up a bullpen arm, which is probably the arm. I don't know who they recall. They didn't see anything, but that's who they're going to probably bring up as another bullpen arm. Maybe a White Cert type or something along those lines. So he'll be back. I'm not too concerned about him. He pitched well enough to earn himself another start, especially if Severino or Rodon is going to miss another start. And if one of those guys does come back, I envision Schmidt moving to the bullpen and not Johnny. So we'll see what happens. So overall, what do the numbers tell us overall? So the Yankees scored a total of 16 runs in 3 games. That's great. Okay, 6-5-5. So when you're averaging about 5.5 runs a game, you should win a lot of games. The pitching needs to keep it there. The Giants got shut out twice. They only scored a total of 7 runs in 3 games, and all of them came in the middle game of the series. The Yankees hit to a 255 average, while the Giants hit to a 194. So, as a team average, you want to see that average above 260, 265, 270 as a team. That means that you're putting balls in play and the strikeouts are down, and a lot of the offensive numbers are up because of the new rules that they implement, especially the shift ban and the stolen bases and, the limit on pitch outs, that's there. The Yankees did strike out 31 times, so they're averaging about 10 strikeouts a game. That's a little too high for me. I kind of want to have that under 10. You're looking at 8 to 7 strikeouts a game. That's where you really want to be. The Giants, 41 strikeouts in 3 games. That's a lot. So in total, both teams struck out 72 times in 3 games. It's a lot. That's a lot of strikeouts. So they're trying to create more contact. The strikeout is still a problem. It is. And before we break into the Phillies series, I don't know if anybody saw the article from Manfred. Manfred hates analytics. He called it a place to nowhere. So for all the guys who love the analytical stuff, I've been saying it from day one. It's garbage. And, this analytical nerd baseball is not going to last. It's not. You can't take the feel out of baseball. You can't take, the human element out of baseball. And as much as you want to and live by the numbers, it's not going to work. Baseball is not perfect that way where the numbers will get you. And, the numbers can only take you so far. And this idea that it's home run or bust, they want more contact. Major League Baseball wants more contact. And you're going to start to see teams get guys who are more athletic, who can put the ball in play and make things happen. Look at Anthony Volpe. Stealing bases, setting records, 100-year records of stolen bases, putting the ball in play, making things happen. That's the type of player that the MLB wants. And you're going to see a lot more of Anthony Volpe type players coming up through the systems as the new rules start to affect how people scout and things like that. So, team ERA for the Yankees was a 2.33, which is great. You throw 2 shutouts in there. Starters through what? 11 plus added the total 27. At a total 27 innings, the starters threw Cole went 6, Brito went 5. That's 11 plus Cole plus Schmidt's 3, so 14 plus because he went into the 4th inning, didn't record out. So 14 innings out of the 27. So that's not great. You want your starter to go 5, at least 5 plus. So hopefully the next time around we can have the starters go 5 to keep the thing off the bullpen. Giants had a 5.4 team ERA. Obviously, when you give up 5 or more runs a game, your ERA is not going to be very good. So we'll see if the Giants can figure it out going back into their normal National League schedule. The Yankees, if they play like this, you're going to take a lot of 2 out of 3 games a year. Winning series is what helps. So you got to keep winning series. And talk about winning series. A down Philadelphia Philly team is coming to town tonight. First game of the series at 7:00. They are 0-3. They got swept in their first series of the season. So, you kind of want to make sure they're leaving, 1-5 or 0-6. You want to take this team. This team is down offensively. They're missing Bryce Harper, who I hope comes back soon because I have him on my fantasy IL, waiting for him to come back. And Rhys Hoskins is out too with that knee injury. So they're down offensively. They still have some guys in the lineup that can produce offensively. Their pitching is okay. They do have Nola and Tajon Walker, who the Yankees will both see in this series. So we'll see. It's going to be a tough pitching series between the two guys because we got a couple of good guys going too. So today's starters, probable starters for the series, Cortes versus Tajon Walker. You have Herman pitching in the middle game against Strahm. And to round it out, you have the 2 aces going up against each other with Cole and Nola. If anybody's going to that matinee game on Wednesday, I will be there. So like I did with the first game, I will live tweet the book that I'm keeping as the game goes along. And the Yankees need to take another series before they head out on the road after this series. But again, all in all, with the first 3 games of the series, it's a long season. They have a lot going on, so it's not the end of the world if they would have lost, 2 out of 3 instead of taking 2 out of 3. But it's always good to win series. Tampa Bay kind of rough-shotted through a bad Tiger team, so it doesn't really say much to how good they're going to be, but they're going to have one of the best rotations in baseball when healthy, especially when Glasnow comes back and things of that nature when they get healthy. So after this 6-game homestand, they're going to Baltimore and Cleveland. We'll talk about those series when they come up. Crazy game over the weekend in Boston, with Baltimore. And it looks like Baltimore's got the offense, but no pitching. That error that caused the walk-off home run. It's baseball, Susan. You got to make the outs. You can't give especially major league teams. You can't give them extra outs. You got to play good defense. And the Yankees did play decent defense as well. Volpe looks like he belongs. Stealing bases, having good at bats. Judge felt like he's picked up right where he left off. Stanton has done well already. Usually a notorious slow starter, hitting a couple of home runs, especially one that went 485. It's an absolute bomb. I think it's his 3rd longest home run in Yankee Stadium history. I think Judge has the top 2, 496 and 495. I think the 496 one was the one he hit against Baltimore in his rookie year over the left field bleachers. It was an absolute bomb. But, some things I want to see going into this Philly series. I want to see the ball put in play a little bit more. I want to see the strikeouts down. If the Yankees can cut the strikeouts down to 25 in total over the course of 3 games, that would be great. And have that average go up to, like I said before, like 265, 270. So that means that they're putting ball in play, making things happen. If the Yankees can keep that team ERA around 2.5, that's great. And again, don't be discouraged when you saw Brito go down, okay? Because the way that the schedule breaks out, they only need a 4-man rotation, going forward for a week or two. So when they need that 5th starter, he will come back up. He has options. So, especially you have to look at the health of Rodon and Severino as well when they're coming back. Based on the pitching performances, I wouldn't mind seeing Schmidt be moved to the bullpen. And, he stays in, Brito stays in as the 5th guy. I think that would be perfect. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. But the kid looks good. I really liked what I saw out of him yesterday in his first Major League start. But tell me how you guys think the Giants series went in the comment section below. What do you want to see in the Phillies series that will make you feel more comfortable about this Yankee team? Again, 2 out of 3. If they can go to Baltimore, a 4-2 record, we're sitting in good shape. I would love to see a sweep, but, baseball is about winning series, 2 out of 3. So if you could, take the 2 out of 3 and the third game is a sweep situation and you already won the series, you're in good shape. So they got to especially take the first 2. With Cole on the mound, you have a chance for a sweep. But Nola's no joke. Nola's good. But again, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. If you want to see live tweets while I'm at the games, make sure to follow us up on Twitter as well. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe.